Ever wonder how a modern school, with all its moving parts, students, teachers, classes, finances, actually keeps all those plates spinning at once? In today's world, the old paper and spreadsheet way just doesn't fly anymore. The real answer is to create something like a central nervous system for the whole school, a digital backbone that connects absolutely everything. So let's dive in and see how it all works.
Let me guess. Does this sound familiar? You're juggling one piece of software for admissions, a totally different one for handling fees, and maybe, just maybe, a bunch of messy spreadsheets for attendance. It feels like trying to solve a puzzle every single day with pieces that just don't fit, right? And that leads to communication breakdowns, tons of manual errors, and honestly, a whole lot of headaches. So here's the huge shift we're talking about. On one side, you've got the old way. Fragmented systems, manual tasks, and data you can't really trust. But we're moving toward the other side, a single, unified platform where boring tasks are automated, everyone can actually collaborate, and the information you're using is, accurate. It's a total game changer. All right, to make sense of it all, here's our game plan for this explainer. We'll start with the old school problem, then introduce the modern digital solution. We'll peek inside to see the core modules, uncover the real benefits of connecting everything, and finally, we'll talk about how to make the right choice for your needs. Okay, we've seen what the chaos looks like. So what's the fix? Well, it's a technology called Education ERP. But what in the world is that really? And how does it bring some much-needed order to that chaos?
So at its core, an Education ERP, and ERP stands for Enterprise Resource Planning, is basically one smart platform for everything. And really, the two magic words here are unify and manage. The whole point is to bring every single process, from the principal's office to the classroom, all under one digital roof.
So what does that actually look like in the real world? Well, imagine putting all your student and staff data in one central place, where it's always up to date and easy to find. Think about automating something as complicated as class schedules, so there are no more conflicts. It means you can track attendance with just a click, make parent-teacher communication way easier, and get real, actual insights from academic data, all while keeping the school's finances neat and tidy.
Okay, so how on earth does one system do all of that? Well, it's not just one giant program. It works through a set of core modules, and each one is built to handle a specific part of how a school runs. Let's take a look inside.
First up, and you could argue it's the most important one, is student management. This is really the heart of the entire system. It's the central hub where every single piece of student information lives and breathes.
Just think of it like a super smart digital file cabinet for every student. It keeps all their personal details and their academic records in one spot. This makes it incredibly easy for an administrator to pull up a complete student profile in seconds, or even analyze trends across the whole school.
Next, we've got the module that acts like the school's master clock, academic and timetable management. This is the engine room that handles all the scheduling and organization to keep the school day running smoothly.
And this is where the magic of automation really kicks in. Instead of someone spending weeks with a giant spreadsheet, the system can organize class schedules, allocate teachers to classes super efficiently, and, this is the best part, it automatically finds and prevents those frustrating timetable clashes before they even happen.
Right, let's talk money. A school is an educational institution for sure, but it's also a business. The Finance and Fee Management module is the financial command center that handles every transaction that keeps the lights on. And the workflow is just clean and logical. The system tracks every single payment from parents, it can manage all sorts of different fee structures, and it can generate detailed financial reports with just a couple of clicks. What that really means is you get way more accuracy and transparency for everyone.
A school is nothing without its amazing teachers and staff. And that's exactly where the HR and payroll management module comes into play. It's designed to manage everything related to the people who make the school what it is.
This module just streamlines all that HR stuff, from managing employee files to automating complex salary calculations. By cutting down on all that tedious admin work, it not only gets things right more often, but it frees up the HR team to focus on bigger things, like supporting the staff.
Okay, so we've seen the what and the how, but let's get to the most important question, why? What's the actual payoff when you bring all these different pieces together into one connected, integrated system?
Wow, this chart really tells the story, doesn't it? The number one benefit, by a long shot, is a massive increase in efficiency. Just think of all the time saved by automating tasks.
Right behind that is better data accuracy, which makes sense since everyone's pulling from the same playbook. And then you see real long-term cost savings. It just adds up.
You know, this quote from the source material really just nails the whole idea. It's not just about making the day-to-day stuff easier. It's about building a solid foundation so the school can grow, innovate, and really strive for excellence across the board.
Now, here's the thing. Not all ERP systems are built the same. So if a school decides to take the plunge, how do they make sure they pick the right platform, one that actually fits what they need?
Well, picking the right system means having a solid checklist. It all starts with really understanding your own school's specific needs. You have to ask the tough questions. Is the interface actually easy for a busy teacher to use? Can this system grow with us over the next 5-10 years? And, so importantly, is there good tech support and is the security rock solid? Every single one of these steps is critical.
And let's just pause on security for a moment, because this part is completely non-negotiable. We're talking about incredibly sensitive data on students and staff. Any system you consider must have heavy-duty features like data encryption, strict control over who can see what, and, of course, be fully compliant with all the data privacy rules out there.
So, when you boil it all down, what's the big takeaway here? It's really about this fundamental transformation. Moving away from a world where every department has its own island of information and into a world with a single, smart hub for the entire institution. It's about finally creating that true central nervous system for your school.
You know, when you think about it, this level of integration and efficiency almost feels like it should be the new standard for how schools run. It really makes you wonder, once all that administrative chaos is finally under control, what new doors open up? What's the next great leap forward in teaching and learning that this kind of solid foundation makes possible?